We're about to solve one of the biggest and, let's be real, most awkward mysteries out there. Why does your voice sound so weird on recordings? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You listen back to a video or a voice message, and suddenly this totally unfamiliar voice pops up, and you just have that full body cringe moment like, well, wait, no way. That is not me. Well, guess what? You're definitely not the only one who feels that way. It's something pretty much everyone experiences, and it's all because of some super fascinating science. So let's put on our detective hats and crack this case once and for all. Okay, so here's the first clue. The whole reason your voice sounds so different when you hear it played back has everything to do with how you hear it in the first place. That's right. Every single time you talk, your brain is actually getting two different sound signals and mixing them together. It's like you get this exclusive stereo mix that nobody else in the world gets to hear. So, what are those two signals? Let's picture it like this. You've got two sound superhighways leading to your ears. And when you talk, your voice is the only thing that gets to use both lanes at the same time. So, the first highway is called air conduction. This is the main road, the one everybody uses. Sound waves from your mouth zip through the air, into your ear, and boom! That's how you hear your friends, your favorite songs, and yeah, it's how everyone else hears you talk. But here's where it gets cool. You have a second private VIP lane called bone conduction. When you speak, the vibrations from your vocal cords also travel through the bones in your skull and jaw straight to your inner ear. It's like your own secret built-in speaker system. So here's the big takeaway. The air path is the public sound. It's what other people hear and it's what a microphone picks up. But that bone pass, that's your private track. It adds a whole other layer to the sound that only you get to experience. So how does this secret bone path actually change the sound? Well, this is where the real magic happens. Turns out, your skull has a pretty awesome hidden feature. Believe it or not, solid bone is way better at carrying deep, low, bassy sounds than high ones. You know how you can sometimes feel the bass from a car stereo through the ground? Your skull is doing the exact same thing for your own voice. Yeah, that bone conduction is basically a natural subwoofer. It adds all this rich, deep bass to your voice that only you can hear, making it sound way fuller and more resonant inside your own head. And check out the difference. The voice you hear is the full package. It's got the normal sound from the air, plus all that extra bass from your bones. But a recording, it only hears the sound from the air. It's totally missing that deep, low-end sound. Here's a good way to think about it. The voice you're used to is like a full, rich musical chord, but a recording of your voice is just a single note from that chord. It sounds kind of thin and empty because, well, to your ears, it is. Okay, so now we know why they sound so different. One version has that bonus bone subwoofer, and the other one doesn't. And that leads us right to the big, final question at the center of this whole mystery. So, which one is it? Is your real voice the deep, full one you hear every day in your head? Or is it that slightly higher, kind of surprising voice you hear on a recording? And there it is, the voice on the recording, the one without that personal bass boost, that is how you actually sound to everybody else. That's your public voice. The one in your head is a special remix, just for you. So why do we cringe so hard when we hear it? It's not just about the sound, it's also psychology. When we hear our own voice played back, our brain kind of disconnects from it for a second, and we start judging it like we would a stranger's voice. But wait, this doesn't mean you have to hate your recorded voice forever. No way. Let's talk about how you can actually get comfortable with it and even learn to own your true sound. See, when we listen back, we start analyzing all the stuff around the words. Our accents, our pitch, maybe we think we talk too fast. We suddenly notice all these little quirks about how we talk that we never even knew we had. So how do you get over it? It's pretty simple, actually. First, just listen to it more. Seriously, the more you hear it, the more normal it will sound. Second, try to focus on what you're saying, not how you sound saying it. And finally, just embrace it. Your voice is a huge part of what makes you, well, you. And hey, if you ever start feeling that cringe again, just remember what's really happening. You're not hearing a weird version of your voice. You're just hearing the one without your awesome, super cool private skull subwoofer. So, mystery solved. That voice on your phone is you. It's the voice your friends hear, and it's totally unique. So the only real question left is, now that you get it, what are you going to say? Don't be shy about it. Use that voice.